Stay with news about Parliament now. Parliament's Portfolio Committee on Mineral Resources and Energy will recommend that Lily Mine in Barberton, Mpumalanga, be declared a disaster site. This will allow government to fund activities aimed at retrieving the container that fell into a sinkhole in 2016. The committee members visited the mine as part of their oversight exercise.
We're coming to you from Lily Mine, where the Parliamentary Portfolio in Mining is visiting to assess the place and also to talk to the family about the recommendations that they have made after visiting this place the first time. With me here is the chairperson. Please tell us exactly what you discovered during your examination time and what are your recommendations?
Well, what we can say is that first we have to come and extend our sympathies with the families in this agonizing period moments, especially 5 years now, and nothing much has transpired. But most importantly is to ensure that as a Committee of Parliament, before we table the report, we must first visit and the members see the site and then also talk to the family on what we are recommending. What we have observed was that the most critical thing here is that there have been many offers by companies, which is not our area of interest. But the commitment they've made was that whilst they will be doing mining simultaneously, they will be working towards retrieving those three mine workers. And the company is the one that, although it has been found to be probably supposed to, in court, prosecuted to be criminally liable for the incident, it is the same company that now accepts or rejects the offer. So the whole issue is subject to the acceptance of an offer by the company. And we say that cannot be something that must be allowed. First, the company itself, if the state or especially the department says the company was responsible for the incident, in essence, the company is criminally liable for the incident. It can't be the same company that now must look at accepting or not accepting an offer. The second thing is that if the company is sympathetic enough, they cannot even ask for a cent in return for the retrieval of those workers. And on those bases, then we said, because in the absence of a body of evidence, it's also going to make the case much more difficult. Hence, then we say government must consider, amongst other things, expropriating the mine with reasonable compensation, because they are the ones who want now to determine what is the value of the mine. And we say that value of the mine, unfortunately, gets devalued by the fact that there are people who are underground that have not been retrieved. So their conscience has not been able to speak to them, and on those bases, government must take the extra step, which is a step that we know that it's an extraordinary one. The second thing, we then say that this area state must consider declaring this area a disaster area, because it's a private land. It will not be able to put in resources until probably such law. So those are the legal grounds now that we are looking on in order to frustrate the process. If the law allows the state to expropriate with reasonable compensation in public interest, let that be case. Secondly, if it is true declaring the area a disaster area legal, it is allowed, let that take place. Thirdly, we say there must be harmonization of the MPRDA together with the Companies Act, because what frustrates most of these processes is the fact that companies apply through the MPRDA for a mining right, but when they are faced with challenges, they resort to the Companies Act, which then allows them to go through this process of business rescue practitioner, which is a very frustrating exercise.
Thank you so much for your time, Chairperson. And the families here are glad that finally these parties that are involved in this are here. They are talking about a way forward. Back to you in studio.